God is speaking to the nation of Israel. And they're in a bad situation at this point in time. But God says to them, you know what? I'm going to do something in your life, and you need to be prepared. You need to enlarge your tent. You need to stretch it. You need to lengthen your cords. You need to make sure that you strengthen your stakes, because I am going to do something that is going to make you bigger. I'm going to do something more with your life if you'll let me. Get ready. Before God can do a miracle in your life, before God can cause you to grow, we need to do a few things. And God says to us, stretch. I want you to enlarge the container that holds the vision for your life, because I want to do something in your life that you can't even imagine. But in your life, when God says, I want to pour, I want to bless you, most of the time God pours and we feel the refreshing rain of God. But then how come we go away and we're still not fully refreshed? We felt God pour His presence in even a tangible way. But why do we not bring that with us? We haven't expanded ourselves to receive it. And so all we get is the splash on top and around. But we haven't increased the container size so that God can continue to fill us. And every time you come to a prayer meeting or a home cell or a service, stretch your heart and say, God, speak to me. God, I'm ready to receive. I'm going to leave all of those mindsets and other things behind so that I can have more space for what you're going to speak to me and what you're going to do in my life. So God says, enlarge the place that you live. Where you stay, your normal occurrence, your normal dwelling place, that is what I want you to make bigger. Because that is what you're going to see every day. God is not interested in just a Sunday blessing. God is not just interested in a one-off, here's a job, or here's a this, or here's a that. God is interested in your life. I'm here to tell you that God wants to shake up your life. And if you'll invest into the renovation of your life to make it bigger, God will fill it. And God will do so much more than you could ever imagine. But it starts with enlarging our vision. As you begin to put up your tent, as you stretch it further, you need to drive the pegs deeper, right? And the more you stretch to make the tent bigger, the deeper you have to push the pegs in. If you don't push it in far enough, then what happens? The whole thing collapses. The whole thing falls down because it wasn't strong enough to hold. And many people's visions crumble in life because they haven't strengthened themselves. And it's all well and good to think of big, great, grand ideas. It's another thing to have the strength to drive into the ground to hold that vision. And what you have to understand is every single great person who stretched their vision had to also strengthen their stakes, had to strengthen their life.